Greetings everyone and welcome back to Backpack Hero, where today we're going to go out on our very first excursion with Crate. First we're going to go through the wiring walkthrough, and then hopefully this will unlock a couple of other modes afterwards. But let's see how Crate runs. This will be especially interesting for those of you who have never played with Crate before. Right, let's get down to the myriad tutorial battles. Put items in the path of your core. Use your core to activate them. This is a hatchet. It costs 0 energy, but we have 3. However, we can't simply click on this. It can be used 1 time each turn. If you have any armor, -4 damage. We'll pop that right by there. There we go. Finished reorganizing. And now we click on the core. Pop. There we go. Notice that it sent 3 energy out. That our energy exits the core and travels in a straight line unless something acts upon that energy. And if it gets to the end, under usual circumstances, it's gone. Moving on. If multiple items are in the path, they will all be used. Indeed, they will. Okay. Now, there's 2 and 2. How much? You've got 3. Good. Don't click on end turn. I'm so used to clicking on end turn now, I'm worried that I've ruined myself a Crate. Used to be the other way around. But, I have spent a long time now playing with the other characters. If an item occupies multiple spaces, it can be used multiple times. Every single time I go over there. Alright, there we go. You can redirect the path of your charge. We can. Right, we've got the ray gun. Can be used 1 time each turn. For each space the charge has travelled before using this item, 1 damage. So place it there and place this here. It'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces worth of charge, and that is exactly how much we need. Every time we enter a battle, I get such strong Chrono Trigger vibes. So strong. If you don't have enough energy to use an item, the charge is lost. Use a splitter to divide the charge. The energy is rounded up. So, we have 3 energy sent to a splitter. That will be 2 and 2 energy, not 2 and 1. As you might imagine. There we go. So it effectively gives you free energy as long as you've got an odd number to be split. Use multiple different charges to hit the same item several times. Okay. Now, this uses 1 energy to be used, but under normal circumstances, it would use 1 and then the rest of the energy would just dissipate out the side. This is a repeater. Destroys the charge, creates a new 1 energy charge for each energy the charge held. So our 3 energy charge will be destroyed, and we will instead fire 3 1 energy charges here. Once a charge has has 0 energy, it is destroyed. Use any 0 energy items first. Now, what that's talking about is this. If we use this first, the 3 energy passes through it, activates it, but doesn't decrease in energy and continues on. But if the other way around, this would be 3 energy, 2 energy, 1 energy, and by the time it exits, it would be 0 energy, so there would be no energy left to do anything. Almost there now. Some items create charges on their own. Okay, any items left outside the backpack will be lost, so this item can be used directly on use. Destroyed creates a charge with 2 energy. How are we going to do this? I guess it doesn't matter too much. Since this won't be enough to activate it all, do I just use that one? I guess so. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really use those. I don't like as a general rule, I prefer not to use disposable items. When an item is used, it gains heat. Some items have a red heat limit at the bottom of the card. Ooh, now this is new. Okay, let's have a look at this then. On max heat, transforms. On use, redirects charge. Will overheat after 3 uses. Heat resets when there are no charges in your backpack. Ah. So it changes the direction that it will exit out. Alright, I can see how to use this. So, we are going to want something like this. I'm thinking. Something like that. The initial flow is going to go through. 1, 2, 3, and then it'll pass through. Let's see if I've understood that correctly. This is a new system, which I'm actually quite excited about. Remember, this gets more power the longer the charge has been in motion for. That is actually really cool. Okay, I'm looking forward to being able to use those. I love that there's still new stuff. Even on crates, which is by far my most played character. Okay. Well, that finishes that for us. Welcome back to Aavak Hill. We talk with Crate. Bleep bloop. Last mission result, success. Completing parameters as requested. Please insert praise. Wow. Bleep bloop, indeed. Please insert praise. I love it. Okay, let's have a quick look. Can we immediately go out on a standard run with Crate? We can. Okay. Well, I think there's no reason not to. Sells for 20 extra materials in Aavak Hill. Sells for 20 extra treasure in Aavak Hill. Let us go. Now, people did point out in the comments that what I wasn't getting about the bank is that the bank tends to give you more treasure as a reward over the regular shops, which will, generally speaking, give you more building materials and food. Now, the way I've organized this microchip here, you can use this one time in each combat for free to reorganize your backpack. Crate is automatic in large part. We need to reorganize Crate's backpack sometimes because we can't not use something that we've set up in the circuit, but at certain fights that might be detrimental to us, so we need to reorganize the circuit at that point to try and remove certain elements. Perhaps we come up against an enemy who's got enormous amounts of spikes, and so we don't want to do physical damage, so we need to reorganize the circuits to prioritize our ranged combat, or something along those lines. What I've done here is we've got 3 energy, goes down to 2, goes down to 1, passes over the shield, and then gets used up on the last wooden blade and does that last bit of damage. If these were in the different arrangement, then the energy would stop there. The shield can be used one time each turn, and for each space a charge has travelled before using this item, it generates 1 block. So, much like the gun in the tutorial, this is the way that we're going to be using that one. I would actually like to get a rare item for Crate. So let's have a look at what Crate's rare item is. True strength comes from your backpack, he says. Don't forget it. Okay. I'm fine with getting some just passive block. Sure. We'll pop that down there. Is there a way for me to get that in some way such that it would benefit both weapons? I don't think it is. At least I can't see the way I would do that right now. So this is fine. This will just give us a little bit of extra oomph there. Okay, I'm good with that. Thank you very much there. Okay, we're going to go down to the crypt for this run. Let's go to paths more familiar. The bramble tends to have more status effects enemies, and I want a little bit of time to build up Crate's complement of items before we go there. Now this is Crate's special chest. Every character has a chest that is kind of more specialized to their equipment and is guaranteed to have that character's specific equipment in them. By the way, this is the switcher. On use, redirects charge, but you can transform it. I do apologize for the frog in my throat. This one, though, you do yourself. So it's a way of reorganizing your backpack. For example, if I had 2 separate circuits, because I had that much room, one favored melee, one favored range, I could just do this for free to change which direction the charge was going to travel in. We've got a reverser, on use, redirects a charge. We've got a director, on use, redirects a charge. This is an interesting one. Let me have a look at the transform. Okay, so much like this one, then? That's a curious one. How is that different from this? That's a very interesting one. We've got a regular rotator, got a toggle, and we've got a switcher. A toggle, when it gets used, it changes direction. But these two, you have to transform them yourself. That's a curious one. I'm not really sure exactly how what to make of that one. But one thing we can now do is this. To get even more oomph out of our shield, I can send the charge this way. It activates this once for 1 energy. Activates it again on the return journey for another energy, giving us 1. And it comes down here. So we've just added an extra 3 tiles to our journey, effectively. I approve. Give us a nice bit of block. Right, let's go and see what's in this chest. This will be all sorts of regular items. We've got an automatic hatchet. We've got a blessed mace. On kill, creates a blessing. Now that one sounds interesting. Sounds very interesting, actually. Automatic hatchet. On use, for each energy remaining, deals 6 damage. Huh. Kind of like it. But... I mean, there is a possibility for us to use that. I can also just take the switcher, but on... This would allow us to extend our circuit quite a lot. Which would definitely be appreciated. For example, I can do something like this. Now we've added a little bit more room to it. But the blessed mace. That is quite an interesting one. The engine wand. Each turn if connected to mana, remove 1 mana from the connected network. I would like to take the blessed mace, but it would kind of ruin this setup a little bit for me. One way I could do it though is just lose that and take the blessed mace instead. It still uses up 2 energy, it still travels the same distance to get to the defense grid, and then finishes up by using the wooden blade. But honestly, I could get rid of the wooden blade too, and bring in the auto hatchet if I wanted to. And honestly, those seem like a better combination, frankly. In fact, since no energy is going to be used by the steel boots, that's even better there. That's actually very nice. That does 11 damage, so it's going to get a kill every now and then. Alright, I like this. That'll leave us with that 1 energy, so that will get triggered once. Okay. That seems like a fairly decent setup there. Now let's go and say hello to these enemies. Want to get rid of the bee right away if we can. There we go. Womp. And you're gone. Unfortunately, I can't do anything to you, so just going to have to accept that burn. And you can put the burn right there. And start the attack again. Ultimately, it would be better if that were the last thing in my area. This is going to hurt a little bit, but oh well. Oh no, there we go. Blessings. Blessings create temporary items that can give you an advantage in battle. They'll be destroyed when the fight ends. Blessings can be placed over other items, but beware, you cannot select items that are beneath blessings. Place them carefully. Okay. Lucky Charm. Blessing. Temporary. When combat ends, adds great luck. On take damage. Destroyed. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess I'm going to plot this, but there then. Finished. There we go. We got great luck. That actually worked out for us. Now, the way the crate levels up, very, very similar to Satchel. However, with this, you're not trying to create separate areas. You want them to all be a part of the same area. It's just you're slowly building it up via Tetris mechanics. Okay, we win. Great. Get items. Now, we are immediately going to move these around a bit. Now, what did we pick up? Ooh, quite a lot of things. We've got a pouch. Absolutely taking that one. There's no reason not to. We've got an ethereal whetstone on use. Weapons in this column get 200% bonus damage this combat. Destroyed. It's legendary, so it would be useful to sell, if nothing else. We've got another director. We've got Machete, 0 use, can be used 1 time each turn. On use, deals 3 damage to all enemies. There is no reason not to take this and pop it right there, because then it's going to get the bonus from the steel boots. Adjacent shields get plus spikes to self. Adjacent weapons get -1 damage, so I could place it there. Or I could take the dagger. Deals 8 damage and adds 2 poison to an enemy. Now that one is actually really tempting over the hatchet. Really tempting over the hatchet, actually. Or of course I could take another director and start creating more of a loop. Was, if we did that, yes, I would lose a little bit by moving this back. However, I'd gain a lot of distance on the defense grid. And I just don't know how this works. What is the difference with this? Is it perhaps that this one rebounds? Can I test? Yes, it is. Interesting. Okay, I now understand the difference. That's a very interesting one. Not what we want, though, for our current build. So we'll go back to what we had originally set up. And as much as the automatic hatchet is interesting, it's only going to do 6 damage generally, because by the time it reaches here, there's only going to be 1 charge. That's the way I tried to make it. And so this is going to be more useful for us. So I'm going to shimmy these around. There we go. Finished choosing. Thank you ever so much. With that then... Oh, actually, I don't need to keep doing that. Thank you so much for the advice, by the way, that I can just hover things over it and it'll open automatically. Right, so do a test. As you can see, you can test your circuit. And it tells you how much energy is left as it's going. Alright, this is quite a nice circuit I think we've got here. Hello. Now, you're going to be a bit of a pain, but let's go ahead and just get this going. You notice because that is grayed out, it doesn't trigger on the any energy loss on return. I guess in this case it has 0 energy use anyway, but even if this had energy use, it is just treated as if it's a completely disabled item, so it doesn't interact with the charge one way or another. Okay, we need to take you down quickly. There we are. At this point, I kind of want to have the blessing, if I'm honest, but well. Right, another level up. Very, very nice indeed. With this one, though, we could happily pop this one over there. Done. And shimmy this all the way across again, getting even more bang for buck. Alright, a tuning disc. If this item has a use in this item has a use in Haversack Hill. Well, we're definitely taking that then. I'm going to pop that in here. We have got some mana, could be useful. We've got a coolant paste. On max heat, destroyed. Resets the heat of adjacent and diagonal components. Interesting. That could be very interesting in the right kind of circuit. Bronze blast plate, plus 2 block to diagonal armor. Each turn adds 2 block, but adjacent weapons get a bit of an extra bonus, so why wouldn't I do this? There we are, that's going to be very nice for us. And I can take one more item. I could take the shoe. Sure. Some passive block on top of what we've got going on seems like the correct move for me. And right now we haven't got mana, so I'll just store that. Alright, very nice. And onwards we go. Right, take care of the bee first. Now, one thing you can do over here, you've probably already noticed the auto run. You can make that so that whenever whenever the new turn starts, it just automatically triggers this. We've got the blooming gem. Adjacent weapons get plus 3 damage. Okay, finish reorganizing. Once again. Absolute wallop load of damage. For each row below, plus 3 block. Each turn adds 1 block. Guess I'll put it there. Won't matter because we've already won. Alright, I've got another crates disc. This item has a use in Haversack Hill. Okay, let's pop that in there. There's a lot of new crate items. I'm really happy with this, actually. We've got a new weapon, the double halberd. If there is an adjacent weapon, -3 damage. On use, deals 4 damage to all enemies. Is there a position I could get that into? I would have to place it here, which does force all my other weapons to have to bunch up, so it's probably a no-go on that one. Yeah, big nope on that. We will, however, take the luck ring. And is there anything else here that is of any particular value to me? Not really. And there's nothing else that really stands out as worth picking up for its use in Haversack Hill. So I'm actually just going to say no to that one. I'm trying to get out of the habit of just picking things up and then switching it out for something I want more later on. Especially early in the game, because we are going to encounter so many items. That being said, capybara is a thing that exists. Give armor. I'll give you the shoe. There you go. Maybe you want one of these instead. I will have a look. Wow. This is not in the top row. This item is disabled. On take damage, +1 gold. The red hoodie. On take damage, that's 3 max HP. Disabled for the rest of this combat. So good. So fantastically good. Can I store it for now? I can indeed. Just keeping the discs together, that's all. Got a lot of sale loot now. This one isn't coming with us, obviously. But we need a lot more room to be able to fit any of that in there. Alright, onwards. Alright, we've got health, we've got money, we've got experience. At the good times roll, we've got Bee Sting. We've got the Pacifist's Ring. We've got the actual Whetstone. That is amazing. Peridot, also quite useful. And Flux. On max heat, adds 8 block. Let's roll these dice, sure. Okay, we could take the Flux right now. Now, does heat reset each turn? Assuming it does, we're going to accept. Assuming it does, we shall in fact accept, because if I put it there, it will get 1, 2, trigger. There we are. Now let's hope that that actually works out for us. We'll see. We'll go grab the experience, more useful to us right now. We actually want to go to the shop before I pick any other items up, because I'm rather full of items right now. Well, the double battery. This item can be used directly. On use, destroyed. Creates 2 charges with 1 energy. Auto hatchet and a toggle. I don't want the toggle. Let's open the pouch. I'm going to sell the top hat. I know. It saddens me too. Do I even want to sell that? The red hoodie I actually want to keep. I sincerely want to keep the red hoodie, and I can't see a use for the hatchet, so I'm actually going to sell that one too. The reason why I don't want to just pick up random common stuff, it's much like the hatchet there. I got rid of it because I had it in my inventory, but I get so little back from it. I would rather just save up for rare items or legendary items that I could shift. Okay, got some nice ones here. We've got the Mana Reverser. On use, until overheated, adds 1 mana to the connected mana network. On use, redirects charge. So we could use this to charge up mana stones. The Sharp Rotator. On use, until overheated, deals 3 damage. On use, redirects charge. We've got the Ruby Rotator. Adjacent weapons get +1 damage this turn. So you'd want a little mini circuit spinning around, building up the charge there, and then use the weapon, realistically. Got a lot of rotators here, actually. The Mana Reverser is a really nice one. Because that ability to add 1 mana into a mana network, potentially 4 times in a turn, is fantastic. But the Ruby Rotator has immediate use for me. Also the Sharp Rotator, realistically. I think we're going to go with the Ruby Rotator. I'm really tempted to pick up the Mana Reverser, but I'm not looking to make this a magic run. Let's not jump in the deep end of mixing magic and science for our first crate run. We can do that later. Plus, having a weapon that gives us a solid... Well, actually, we want to put it up there, not the other way around. Gives us a really solid bit of extra damage on and a blessing when we kill things. It seems like the best thing to put it against. Alright, let's go and have a bit of a fight. Actually, we could already level up. That was very silly of me. Right, let's go ahead and throw down. Bit of extra block. Thank you very much. Adjacent weapons get +3 damage. Finish reorganizing. There we are. Has that stopped overheating? Yes, it has. Marvellous. Alright, that's an amazing amount of block per turn. Truly marvellous amount of block, actually. There we go. And sadly, I'm going to finish you off with this blade. Oh, I didn't actually. It went through your block. What? Oh, okay, sorry. It is a blessing. Okay. Secret Sword. Temporarily. On use, deals 7 damage. Deals 7 damage to all enemies. Okay, sure. We'll pop it over there. Right. Level up. There we go. Slot that one in there very, very nicely. Let's see what else we get. Really? Another pouch? Wow. Robo Buckler. On use, for each energy remaining, adds 6 block. No. Cool item, though. But no. I'm going to use this one for items that I actually want. Gear items. Whereas this one can be for things I absolutely know I'm going to want to send back to Aavak. Liquid Charm adds 25 block. I could always make use of that, I suppose, but there's no great rush. Another Mana Stone. Pop that in there. Is there anything of high rarity here? There is the nunchucks. Can I fit the nunchucks in? There's no way I can. I guess I could fit it in there. Yeah, we'll go and take that back to the shop. Actually, no, we can't. I do believe we have already sold everything that we can here. Oh no, we can. Fantastic. There we go. Because I definitely don't want that item. Right. Okay. We've got a forge. Let's go and see what you offer. 3 damage to a weapon, 3 slow to an enemy to a weapon, 2 block to a shield, 1 rage to a melee weapon. I'm not using any melee weapons twice in a turn, sadly. Whereas adding 3 slow to an enemy on this might hit all enemies. No, it only adds 3 slow to an enemy I'm targeting. I remember that if poison will affect all enemies, but for some reason slow seems to be a one and done kind of deal. It's very odd in that regard. I could add rage over here. The first time I use it, then I just start charging it up. Sure, we'll do that. There we go. I've used up all my gold. Let's get into another fight. Right, I want to take you out first so that you don't run away. Go. Not that you were going to block anyway. Now we've got a little bit of rage as well. Though realistically, we actually want that to be on the first weapon we use. That it's kind of a wasted shot. However, if we get another weapon that I can put rage onto, then that will help keep that rage topped up. Meter. Temporary for each row below. We'll pop it over there. Again. There's absolutely nothing we have to worry about in terms of incoming damage now. We've got 47 block thanks to that blessing. That is wild. Yep. Getting through your shield is kind of annoying, but we are greatly building up the slow, so your shield is becoming less and less of a worry. Right, another monads disc. Okay, pop that in there. Ooh, now this is an interesting one. This is a grinder. For each space the destroyed item occupied, this gets 1 energy. On use, adds 0 energy. The adjacent item above is destroyed. Place it down here, however, and it tells a different story. Ah, of course. This would be where we would start wanting things like the director and the other rotator. Interesting choice. Okay, so for example, we can have this there and we can trigger one more thing if we particularly want to. The bow blade, not really what I'm looking for here, I'm going to be honest. However, you know, they could have that in bow form. Is there enough room? There is enough room, sure. I'll pop that in there. Oh, is it? In fact, I failed to check. No, it's just a common item. We'll leave that out. Right. We've got a dart. Deals 10 damage to all enemies. Destroyed. That's fine. Cleansing potion. Let's not leave that there because it would just chomp through this, which would be very bad juju for us. You don't want it to be in the path either because when it goes over it, it triggers. Is there anything else I can do? I need another rotator, basically. So, sadly, not really. Not now, anyway. Oh, that's finished. I could... Yeah, we would just be wasting energy. Now, the thing about this, and the reason why I'm going to keep it, is because I believe that you can use it to destroy hazards. If a hazard happens to be there, this can eat the hazard. However, they may have changed that at this point to only function on items specifically. In which case, it won't have the effect that we're looking for. Let's have a gander what you have. Hard hat. Heart ring? Sure, I'll take a heart ring. And a key. Worthwhile. Pop that in there. Poison. I mean, 3 poison to all enemies. I can allow that to be eaten up. It doesn't really matter to me. We've got 1 enemy over here. That will literally be eaten up straight away. There's nothing else that's going to happen there. And then we're going to waste the energy, sadly. Okay. And that 1 energy just fell off the edge of the grid. Yep. Nothing for it to eat now. Okay, we'll pop this down, get the weapons charged up again. Very nice. Okay, now, you do have a limit to the size and shape of your backpack, which I'm going to try and display here. Much like Satchel, there are places where you can't expand into. Oh, we could actually go 2 over that side. That's quite nice. Right, let's get everything in position. Got a bit of nice gear there. And at this stage, we can now shimmy that across to make that even more useful for me. Okay, that can just stay there. Right, Philosopher's Stone can be used 1 time each turn. When this destroys an item, adds 1 energy. On use, adjacent and diagonal consumables are destroyed. I mean, it's a legendary item, so super worth me selling. We've got a circuit board. This item can be directly used. This is a once-off item there. We have got the splitter now. That gives us some other options. Because that'll send 2 in each direction. 2 down here, then the other 2 will come along and it won't trigger, sadly. Wait. Ooh. Now, unfortunately, this can only be used 1 time each turn, but we do now have a function over here. Pop the splitter there. Yes, this works quite well. Okay, so the way that this will play out. Now, it doesn't give me the most bang for buck on the shield, sadly. That is the big sadness there. And do I want to lose the safety of that? But if I was going purely for the kind of energy economy, then I would use it like this. 2 would split off this way, eat whatever's down there, activate max heat, activate this once, trigger my shield, come back up, activate the second block, go through here without splitting, and then down in this direction. Whereas the other 2 would go over here, activate this straight away, then you be used up on this. Now, if any extra energy is added here, it can be spent on the mace, and that's why the mace is oriented like this, because it's got 2 and then 2 again. If I've got 4 spare energy, I don't want to just waste that. That would be painful to waste. That said, we now have a couple of options. I could, if I wanted to, do this. This still gives me 2 energy there, and gives me the functionality of all of this going back around again. What we won't have is this mace getting a bonus, which I dislike. However, we'll have the potential for this to get some extra energy through the turn. Getting the director now does feel like it would be very, very useful for the circuit. We do have this as well. I don't think we've got enough components right now to do anything really fancy with this. But there is a version of events here whereby we would be able to... Oh, well, we need the heat switch, so that we could build up the charge on the Ruby Rotator first. Potentially, the Ruby Rotator will be used twice in the current setup, and that's good enough. We'll still have a decent amount of travel time. It just won't be anything like the previous one, where it went all the way around here, gives a huge amount of block. But we will be doing more damage. We'll be scratching away a little bit more damage. That feels still unsatisfactory. Let's shimmy a couple of things around then. I do want the blessing here. There's not really much use on having those boots at this point either. This blessing is only giving a +1 though. I think we can live without it. And instead... Actually, yeah, there is one thing we can do. There we go. Gives us a little bit of extra room, so this goes all the way over there, then splits, triggers the shield, and then all the way back. Yeah, okay, this actually works a little bit better for me. This can be safely tucked off to the side. I do need that to be visible at all times, though. That one's an important one to have always visible to me. Because if that's in a pouch, I'm not going to be able to activate it in the middle of a fight if I need it. And the moment you... I play Crate a lot, and the moment you start thinking, I don't need this, I'm always making things, setting things up correctly before every fight. Yeah, no, that's exactly when you realize, oh wait, something works in a way I hadn't anticipated. Oh, I really wish I could change my setup now. Let's run a test. So that splits. There we go. Oh. Does that split again? I guess the charge is different now. And it is equal. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right, hadn't anticipated that. Really hadn't anticipated that, actually. I almost want another reverser over here, so I could split it back again. But notice how that one energy charge got split up into effectively 2. If only I could recombine. There are ways of recombining charges as well, and that, I think, is something that we will do. We will build a system to recombine charges so that if a single charge gets through, it doesn't end up being wasted. But that's going to require finding components. Okay, sorry. I'm getting very lost in circuit crafting, way ahead of us having the circuits necessary to do anything about it. So I will try and stow that for the moment. I just really like crate. We could... Oh, actually, I should have picked up that little knife there. I could have popped it in there just for a little bit of extra use, but it's not too big of a problem. What would you like? I'm looking for items of weapon. Oh, that would have been so good to give you. So good to give you. Never mind. Okay, so I am starting to regret my decision of, hey, let's stop doing this thing that I've done the entire run up to now, and that has actually been useful in some ways. Could pick up this for 6. Sure. I'll pay a little bit of extra cash for it. And now let's go and trade that in. Hello, hello. You may have this. Alright, what have you got? We've got the toll blade. It tolls for thee. We've also got Orc Sock Axe. Costs 1 gold and 1 energy, but for each adjacent item plus 1 damage. On use deals 11 damage. On kill gives 1 gold. The way we could use this is by doing something along these lines. This now does 15 damage. So, to test, it would use up my gold to do it, but if there's still something alive, that much damage may well kill it. Of course, I could put that in there, but if it was only 3, then it would work. Sadly, no. Alright, sure, thank you very much. I should have picked the other ones up and put them in my backpack. I did not, because I'm a dumb. Right, hopefully my cash is going to hold out. Hello down there. Hi. Okay, let's see how this fight goes. $25 block now instead of the enormous amount of block I had before. Well, that's okay. This also has 3 upgrade points. Putting Rage on this would be amazing. Wait, it does have Rage? Oh, no, it Rage is applied to it currently. But yeah, if I could get Rage on that, then the combination of these would be building up my Rage every turn. That would give us scaling. You always need scaling. Especially if you're going all the way to the Magma Core, which we might be in this run. That wasted energy galls me. Yeah, we are charging up their attacks so aggressively, though it's quite worrying. Very worrying. That rage counter is just getting dangerously high. Right, what do we get? Okay, we've got the egg timer on use, +1 damages combat. Each turn, lose 2 HP. Disapprove. For every 40 gold, gets 1 energy. Each turn, adds 0 energy. On take damage, lose gold. Or, the Spring Gem. Decreases the cost of all adjacent items to 0. All adjacent items get this effect. On use, disable for 1 turn. That's not bad, actually. That's really not bad. Also, I've got to check something, okay? I have to. I have to check something. Ah! I'm so sad. That would have been so amazing. Damn it. Oh well. I think this in particular would be fantastic. I don't want to disable this, but this only gets used 1 time, and this only gets used 1 time as well because of the way our circuit is written. This can go in my random gubbins bag. This loses damage though if I put it here. Right now it only does 13 damage. There it does 14. So actually, if I pop that in there, it now does 14, and it only costs 1 gold. This costs nothing. So the 2 energy I send this way remains 2 energy. It still splits, though, in exactly the same way as it did before. I gain nothing from this. Sadly. I gain nothing from that. This is a great gem, though, I think. We will keep this gem specifically. But I think ultimately we need to get very different items around here. Alright. That's me done with choosing. We're not using this spring gem too much just yet, but that's fine. Is there going to be something in here that I want to take back to Aavak? Oh my god. The big gear adds a 9 block. Yeah, not for that size one. Oh, the director, yes. Yes, we very much want the director. I'll just put that in there for temporarily. And now we're going to go and have a quick chat with you. Hello. Right, I've got loads of things I want to send back. Okay, there we go. Sending back all of our old discs. I don't think there's any items we particularly want to get rid of right now. So that is fine for us. Thank you very much, parcel. Right, you can be off on your way. I would like to increase my max health if I can. Thank you. We've still got the red hoodie, which I can still sell at some point. Let's go to the Enchanted Swamp, sure. Let's go see what's going on down here. There we go. Right, we've got some stuff I need to get to very quickly, but we've also got a lot of gubbins in our backpacks that I need to sort out. Now, I feel that with the inclusion of the spring, we have the option, and especially with the director, we have the option to change some things up in the way that we've got our circuit. So give me a few moments to puzzle this out. Okay, we're starting to get the build of a real good circuit here. Now, I've put the axe away for now, because we're probably going to need money to be able to buy or increase the chances of getting the components that we're going to need for this. Now, the test, what I've gotten rid of is the reverser, and I've replaced it with this. Now, the way the director is going to work, the energy is going to come out here, split off, this much is normal, and then it's going to go down here, potentially gaining energy by destroying something if we end up with anything trivial that we can destroy. Triggering the flux, going down here, activating the dagger, bouncing back, giving me shield, and then at this point it splits off into separate pieces. Now, this will only do it 3 times. It'll trigger this. Well, won't trigger this, it won't be enough, but it'll come back down here, it will then activate the shield, which is what we wanted, but that 1 energy will keep going up and keep going around and splitting. It'll do that 3 times. If we have a look at this. Now, there is one particular component that I'm looking for, and that allows you to store a charge and then release it along with it stores a charge and then that charge stops, until another charge joins it, and then it releases both at the same time as a new combined charge. That is what we very much need to make the best use of this. But this will still function more or less the same way as before. Just a little bit of a longer circuit for not really any gain at the moment. Nevertheless, let's continue on our way. We'll go and find out what's going on down here. Let's get rid of you. You're going to be an easy one to be rid of, so just smack everyone a little bit. There we go. Get a bit of poison on the go. Now, this part isn't going to do anything, but it does give us a nice bit of block there. Unfortunately, the circuit does keep going around. I can stop it at any point, and at this point, there is a reason to. Normally, there is no point in just stopping the execution of your circuit. But in this particular case, once we've activated the shield, there's no point in us keeping that going. We'll pop that over there, get a little bit of extra block. There we go. And there we are. We can stop the circuit at this point. There we go. Now they're going to get spikes, which is going to become dangerous for us really, really quickly, because we don't get block until later. There we go. Get a little bit of block there, but as their spikes increase, this is going to become increasingly dangerous for us. Thankfully, their spikes do go down, but they do build them up over time. And that hitting both enemies smacks us with both sets of the spikes, unfortunately. Now, you're going to just die to poison. And now we're going to take less spike damage at a time, but it's still a reasonable amount of spike damage on the field. So this is one of the problems with crates, is you don't get to selectively decide which weapons to use and when. It's pretty much all or nothing, unless you reorganize the entire circuit. There we go, and we win. All right, let's have a quick look at the items we get. Oh, we've got another disc. Okay, Dark Ladies disc. The Dark Ladies disc. Okay, pop that in there. We've got some more defensive items. Yeah, the shoe hat isn't a bad one. Wouldn't mind bringing that along. Let's change out one of those just in case we want it. We do now have My First Wand. So there is a version of events where we are going to want to cast a little bit of magic here and there. We'd be able to cast it twice at the beginning of every fight. That wouldn't be a bad thing, actually. Wouldn't be a bad thing at all. How would I work that in here, though? Unfortunate, this isn't conductive, so I can't easily use that. And down here, yeah, we need a level up, basically, to make use of this. But I like the idea of it, so we're going to keep hold of it. We've also got a regular mana stone over there. Not something for us, unfortunately. I could add this in just because I can. In fact, if I pop it down there, we'll get a little bit more use out of it. And right now, having that extra bit of block does seem reasonable. Got another fight there. We're trying to get over to that gold in time. Right, okay, let's get rid of the mage at the back. Now, of course, I don't really need to get rid of the mage at the back. I could go for other enemies instead, as that would allow me to... oh, I can stop that there. As that they would run away as soon as the other enemy's dead. Right, can I place this here, and will this destroy it? This is the big question we need to find out. It looks like it might. For each space a destroyed item occupies, gain 1 bit of extra energy. Oh, damn it, I knew I was going to do it eventually. Knew I was going to do it eventually. Sod it. But there we go, yes, we did get... we got a lot of extra energy there. No, actually, we only got the 1. Never mind. Still, that was quite painful. That was a painful loss. Damn it. Okay, now you... I won't be able to use this, but this will give a lot of energy for this. And it will be able to use it on the return strike. Oh. Damn it, okay. Well, that was an awful round there. Duly noted. I need a lot more room. And I need the core to be after it to make sure it doesn't trigger accidentally. Oh well. Right, we are taking poison damage now, which is very unfortunate for us. Alright, end of turn. But we've gotten rid of the healer, and that was the important one. A wasted round cost us a bit more health than we would otherwise have lost, but it's not the worst. Now, where are you going to put your bloody great mana stone? There's nowhere I can put it that would get rid of it, sadly. I can put it there, and it's not going to be the... Well, no, it will still trigger. But at least we will have gotten a little bit of use out of this first. Oh. Oh, because it's too much for the energy to activate it. That actually worked out well for us in the end. It isn't too much now, though. There we go. 4 poison. Oof. Nastiness. We are very much looking forward to that wand right about now. Ooh, lucky charm, nice. Let's get that luck. Okay. And on that point, we get a level up as well. That's not why we got a level up, but I like the idea it was. Right, you win. What have we got? We've got the dodge, we've got the teddy bear sword, we have got a heavy blade, the bow blade, we've got the plasma sword. Can be used 1 time each turn. Adjacent weapons above get +3 damage. On use, deal 7 damage. Okay. It costs nothing to trigger. And can be upgraded greatly. There is benefit now in having this down there. This gives 2 extra block, and this gives me 2 extra block. So, honestly, this is barely giving me any benefit now, which is the funny part of that. Let's shimmy these around a little bit. I could fit the plasma sword in there then. That way this gets a bit of extra damage. This gets a bit of extra damage. Oh, to the right. Oh, it has to be in the direction it's facing. Interesting. Okay, well, it still gives me 7 damage. 7 extra damage I wouldn't have had otherwise. That's not a bad deal there. But we do want this tucked over to the side then. Let's try and keep our bags out of the way of everything else where we can. I can put a ring there. Rings are safe. You can put them pretty much whatever you want in that regard. If I pop this there, that might protect me from accidentally impacting the grinder. We could have a 2x2 curse here, and the grinder would still affect it without too much issue. Alright, I like this. It costs nothing to use this, so that's perfect for me. And does a decent bit of extra damage. We still need a way of stacking rage, though. That axe really, really is very, very tempting at this point. Also, we kind of want a place to tuck in the wand as well to get some healing. That would allow us to heal each combat at the very least. I could technically do it instead of this shoe by doing this. That would allow me to use it twice. The first 2 turns would trigger all of that. Or I could have it used twice in the first turn, which would give me more healing overall. More healing quickly, because it would quickly stack this up to 4 regen. So the first turn I recover 4 health, and then 3 health, and 2 health in 1. That isn't a terrible way of setting it up, but it does negate the benefit of having... Well, actually, I guess I could put it like this. That still allows me to place a large object here, and still would trigger the wand. But it would... Yeah, no, this would work. Okay, I like it. That actually does work out for me. Okay, close all of that down. Alright, once again, our backpack is full of gubbins. Alright, you're going to do a lot of damage, but you will very quickly change your mind once I hurt you. Yeah. And the first use of the wand. And the second use of the wand. Now we can stop it. Alright, that's perfect. I probably don't need to worry about you for now. They're just going to try and block. Actually, gone. Well, I think... this is going to do enough damage by itself that I don't need to fret. There we go. And we get Anna's ring. You are invincible. Well, I like this ring. Let's keep Anna's ring. That's an amazing blessing, my lord. Blessing builds, man. Stop there. Get a little bit more healing this turn. I'm really liking this combo. That is fantastic. Did we take damage there? Somehow. I don't believe so, but did this eat the ring, perhaps? Curious. You're stacking up the spikes, but it really won't matter. Alright, we've got a solid gear. When rotated, deals 4 damage. Crate. Oh, God. It took me a few seconds. Why? Okay. Fair. But when rotated, is there anything that impacts it? I guess. We'll keep it, just in case we can find something that would interact with it. We've got Bramble. Adds 10 poison to all enemies and adds 3 poison to self, and then he's destroyed. At this point, I may as well just add things in there just to add a little bit of extra energy to the circuit. There's no reason not to. This is better because it's more restrictive. So we will keep that one. Do I have room in my back pouches? I do. So I'll pop... No, I won't take that one. I'll take this one. There we go. Do I have room in this pouch? I also do. So I'll take... No, I can't take any more. That's fine then. Right, let's go grab that gold. It's hard won. Okay. This is my forge. Add 3 damage to a weapon, 2 block to a shield, conductive to armor, regen to a ring. Yes. Both of them can take it. Alright, we don't need the wand anymore. I need a little bit more gold, but then we don't need the wand. Perfect. At this point, let's go and see who we're fighting. Mage. Well, howdy, traveller. I can buy a fish. No, I'm good, thank you. I'm still here if you want more. Very well. Left foot is lucky. What do we got? We've got the Boohoo Buckler. We've got the Red Ribbon Rapier. We've got the Ring of Rage. Now I really wish I had that that mana reverser. Well, I kind of want that, so let's see if we can get it. That's right, that's right. No, that's wrong. No, that's right. Yeah, no, wrong. Bad. Naughty. The one thing I absolutely didn't want, because there's no way I can fit this anyway. Could I drop? No, I literally... The only thing I did want in all of that. Damn it. Oh, well. Alright, let's shed some of these items, because I've got a lot of items that I don't need. Mostly in this one, though. I'm going to get rid of the red hoodie. I know now that I've got a way of healing that it's a useful one to have, but I just... No. We'll also get rid of you. Right, what have you got here for me? You've got the ninja costume. Don't need that. The vampire blade. On you steals 2 damage. Wouldn't be too terrible. Also got the sapphire, which floats. I could place it over here instead of this mana stone. Because I'm not going to need the first wand anymore. That'll give me a lot of burst healing at the beginning, but it's also taking up an awful lot of room for that burst healing. Still, it's not awful, I guess. One energy vampire blade. I could maneuver some things around. The one energy vampire blade could go there, but then I would never trigger the defensive grid. Whereas if I had the one energy vampire blade here, that would work perfectly. I would have to take it back to the steel boots, though. And that's a painful thing to give up on. I think I want it, though. I'm going to grab it for now, and we'll see if I can't squeeze that in somewhere. In exchange, I'm going to sell the Orc's Hawk Axe. I'm just not going to use it. Alright. Let's go and get regen on the ring. Yep. Now, between the two of them, they now keep me topped up on health. They will scale up the healing over time. The mana wand is no longer necessary. At a risk of sounding a bit crazy, there's a big part of me that wants to shift these around. It hurts me to say goodbye to this, though. It still gives me a bonus on both of these. Now, the reason why I want to use the vampiric blade with the plasma sword activating it is because the vampiric blade is going to draw health out equal to the amount of damage it does. So, if we have a look at that, vampiric heals for all of the damage dealt to non-summons. Only non-summons, though. Anything else that could buff this is worth me having over here now. Except this does give me the nice benefit of hurting my multiple enemies. So, you know, pluses to this can scale quite nicely. However, It's only 1 extra damage. It's barely useful for me. The other thing I could do is I could put it over here instead of the Blast Mace. The only time the Blast Mace actually does damage is on this first swing in this direction. After that, it doesn't do anything else. So that's where a benefit comes from. But the Ruby Rotator, perhaps, as good as the blasting is, the Ruby Rotator would potentially add an extra 3 to this, bringing us up to 8, which it would use multiple times instead of just wasting the energy. Ooh, I think we have the beginnings of a very nice build here. Alright, give me a few seconds. Once again, I need to do a bit of reorganizing. Alright, this looks like an unholy mess. And you're right, it is. However, I think, actually with one small tweak, it would be even better. There we go. Alright, so, before I test anything, let's see if I understand the way I've set up the circuit. So, 3 power comes out, so now it's still 3 power, now 2 in both directions. 2 goes this way, powers this up by 1, so this is now doing 6 damage, and then hits it once, hits it twice. So we don't even waste any of the 2 damage that goes that way. The other 2 goes this way. Let's ignore this for now. Triggers this for 0. Activates the first part of this. It's now 1 damage, but it can't activate this again because that's 1 per turn. It triggers the block, goes back through. Doesn't trigger this because, again, once per turn. Splits into 2 1s. 1 goes through here, powers this up to 7 damage, uses it. The other 1 comes down here, goes all the way along, triggers the shield, goes back up, comes back through, splits again. Okay, I think we are now using the full circuit to its maximum potential. There we go. Now these will overheat, obviously. Oh, wait, that one's... Oops. Okay, never mind. That one thinks it's destroying it over and over and over again. It's not. But I think this is a much better build than our Blaster Mace build. As weird as that is. Now, we can add conductive, I can add more block to a shield, I could add more damage to a weapon. I could indeed add more damage to a weapon if I particularly wanted to. Do I really want to do that on this? Kind of, yes. Let's do that. Well, what I really want is poison or rage. Right, let's have a look at the part over here, specific to crate. We've got a sharp rotator. On use, deals 3 damage until it overheats. That's fine. I am not against that at all. Let's pop that in right there. And then tuck this away in one of the bags. There we are. That's becoming full of junk now. Now, I believe this will do damage to the enemy until it... overheats, but it will continue to allow the charge to move through. Yeah, that charge doesn't split a 3rd time. That's when that overheats. That's fine. Okay, that's perfect. We're getting a good bit of damage output now. There's a locked chest, which I have been keeping hold of a key for this whole time. See what we have in here. Hopefully nothing that I really, really desperately want. The Magician's Blade can be used 1 time each turn. Conductive on use deals 1 damage when mana flows through, plus 1 damage this turn. I mean, it's not bad. It's another free-to-use item, effectively. It's not really great, though. It's no better than anything else I've got. It's rare, though, so I guess in that regard, it's nice. We'll keep hold of it. Is there anything else here? There's the electric wand. We've got the splint. If you have armor, this item's disabled. Is that... Yeah, that's legendary, so we'll take that to sell. If nothing else. Okay. Let's head over to this shop. I've got a couple of really nice items I want to be rid of now. I mean... Oh, damn it. Okay, never mind. We're not going to be doing that. Weapons in this row get plus 2 damage. Might be worth it. I couldn't position it correctly there, but I might still take that from you. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, really? Okay, let's see if we get a key from this fight. Right, I would like to do damage to you, please and thank you. A lot of damage. Yeah. My lord, the amount of damage this build now inflicts is just gloriousness. Okay. Greatly approve of Crate's new circuitry. Now let's see if we can get rid of you before the spikes become an issue. But shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yep, there we go. We've got a hat. I wouldn't say no to a hat. I really wouldn't. Pop that hat over there. Some free block. Very much appreciated. I'll also take the dice, because I might need it. I'll also take this for Haversack Hill. That's all we're going to take. Alright, we can't get in there. That's fine. I could buy the gem. Where would I put it down? That's actually a good point. I don't have many places to put a gem anymore. Weapons in this row. I could work on that. I could work on this. No real reason to. I could shimmy things around a bit now. No real point to that. I actually would prefer this down there, but I don't have any oh, actually, no, I could put this over there. There we go. Getting a little bit more block out of this that way. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing here I want. Alright, well, the 20 coins are burning a hole in my pocket. But there is sincerely nothing I can spend it on. So, okay, we're keeping the cash then, and moving on. We're only on 2 of 3 of the Enchanted Swamp. My lord, it's already an hour and a half. Am I going to have to split this episode up? I might have to. Right, let's see what we can do here. This is going to be a quick episode. I thought, I know, Crate, it's going to be fine. Oh, so many new things. And so much to explain. There we go. I very much doubt we're going to need the regen at this rate. Yeah, all we need is another source of rage, and this build is going to be deadly. The only thing that would kill it would be spikes, because I've got nothing against spikes. Another director, don't need that. When mana flows through, deal 1 damage, don't need that, but it is rare, so I'll pick it up for vendor trash. That's all fine. I guess I'll just pop the cleansing bomb in there so it can be just... that's a key. So there's something else I can throw out in exchange for a key? Something I genuinely don't care about? Probably the wand, yeah. Alright, we're good. Let's go and see what specialist ooh. Now we get into some interesting stuff. Okay, so this is a capacitor. On max heat, deals 8 damage to all enemies. Obviously, our particular setup would benefit greatly from this, but we've also got the reactive cell. When an adjacent weapon is used, creates a charge with 1 energy. Now, this is less powerful in this build than it used to be, because this didn't used to have a heat mechanic. There didn't used to be a limit to how often you could use this. So if you ended up with a way of always sending 1 energy into this, you had an infinite production of power. But this capacitor is very nice. I am going to take it, and I'm going to sacrifice the shoe. There we go. Yeah. That'll only trigger 3 times, so realistically, I probably want that up top instead. There we go. That's a bit better. Alright, but that is going to be absolutely amazing. A little bit of extra damage being dealt there. What we got over here? I had a vision I would meet you. I'm not talking to you after last time. Let's see what we can do to you. Should be quite a lot. Okay. Oh, it's a projectile. Oh no, there we are. We got max heat. I thought it wasn't triggering, but no, it absolutely was. Alright, not a bad round. Now, as long as our damage scales faster than the incoming damage from spikes, we'd be fine even with this build, which is why we need to get rage as quickly as we can, because that would affect the vampiric sword. And now we're actually getting use out of the rage that we're building up as well. since this does do 9 damage by the end of it. And every time it does that 9 damage, it heals for a chunk. Right. Unfortunately... Oh, actually, this is fine. The energy will be 2, so it won't be able to activate that. And then on the backswing, it'll gain a massive energy boost. You do kind of want that earlier in the system in order to take things out. I guess I could do that. Well, is there anywhere else I could put it? Yeah, the flux can be down there. There's no reason for the flux needs to be up top. That's fine. Got the catapult. We've got the jagged blade. On use, deals 9 damage. On kill, deals 8 damage to all enemies. This would be something to use with the spring, but it's such a huge item. I can't even put it in my pouch. There's nowhere I can fit that to take it with me. Sadly. Absolutely nothing I can do with that. It's rare and I need it for something, so I'll take it. But let's just double check what that something is. What? The dickens. Okay, fine. I'll bring it with me anyway, because it is rare again. Yeah, we are rapidly running out of places where I can tuck things. Need that level so badly. We'll go for the experience. Hello, everyone. Let's take out your friend Honey Badger over there. I should get in the habit of just picking odds and sods up just so that I've got them there. There we go. The amount of damage we're outputting now each turn is just glorious. And we're up to 3 regen. Anything here we want? The Robo Buckler. I mean, that would be great to have there, just as an extra. If anything gets over here, add a bit of block. We've got the Sapphire. In fact, that is exactly what we're going to do with this. I will tuck that away. Alright, finish choosing. Once again, I should have grabbed something else to put there, but that's fine. Let's grab the experience. Need a shop desperately at this point. Right. I want to take you out if I can. As one of the first enemies we remove. There we go. Because once it's just down to the turtle, I don't think the turtle's capable of outputting enough damage to get to us, so we should be completely fine. Almost. I almost hit it again. Once is quite enough for me. Thank you. One more cycle through, and we'll get a little bit of extra damage. There we go. Are we going to be able to... Yeah, we broke through its shell as well. Crazy. I'm really surprised with the damage output we are getting on this... on the turtle here. They're usually kind of a pain in the backside to get rid of. Which damage we're up to? 8. Okay, level up. Fantastic. I've still got room I can put stuff up top, but ultimately I want it down here, so... Go ahead, level up there. You win. We do. With that, I'm going to tuck this down. We're going to move a couple of these bits and bobs around. Gives us a little bit of extra space to play with. Yep. It's fine. Honestly, I can put the flux component there. Isn't going to be a problem anymore. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, we've got the repeater. Destroys a charge and creates a new 1 energy charge for each energy the charge held. Not necessary for us in this present build, but it is a rare component, so it's, you know, worth having a look at. We've got a legendary shield here, but there's so much room. We've got the heat switch. That can be so good. For each item below, +2 block on take damage. Items below disabled, we're not taking that. It's uncommon anyway, it's not particularly amazing. As for some sort of vendor loot, we can definitely bring a couple of these items around. I can't imagine there's going to be a case when there's enough energy moving through here to get to the Robo Buckler, but having it there anyway just means we don't waste anything. And I don't like wasting things, so that works for me. I would love to bring this with me, but I can't. I don't have anywhere to put the thing. However, I can bring these along. An extra key won't go amiss. Let's have a look at you. Spikes to a shield. Haste to a shield. To burn to a weapon. Ah. Yes. Yes, I approve. I could stack burn very quickly with this. Very quickly indeed. So yeah, let's do that. There we go. Poison is the better of the options, but that's still nice. And 2 spikes on a shield. Oh, these both count as shields? We're going to be covered in spikes. Oh, I can't put anything there. Never mind. We're going to be covered in spikes anyway, but less quickly. Did I put haste or did I put... yeah, I put spikes. Good. Haste is nice because it gives you more block, but unless you've got a way of building it, of stacking it up, not as useful in this particular scenario. Hello. There are an awful lot of you here. I can't say I approve. You're a bigger threat than the others, so let's just start working on you. These 2 in particular are a bit dangerous to us. We are a little bit of extra energy, but it doesn't really do anything. Unless it's a 2-tile item, we're just destroying it for the sake of destroying it, honestly. Get a little bit of extra heat there. And let's take you out before you get your shield or your spikes going. There we go. But yeah, unless we've got... there are components, engine components that can create items. And combined with the grinder, that's crazy. I remember one of my favorite infinite energy generation circuits was a cursed dagger. Every time you use it, it generated a curse, which are effectively what are now hazards. So I would have one of those in a circular loop with a grinder, and then with a system that would peel energy out of it. But once the energy entered the loop, it would hit the dagger, you'd create a curse, and then the grinder would chew it up. And then it would go back down to a splitter, some energy would be split off, some energy would go back through the circuit, and it would just keep doing it forever and ever and ever. It was glorious. But it did mean that as long as this episode has been... But in the quick play, you can just keep going back through the dungeon and the enemy's stats just scale. So every time you go through and beat the end boss, you go back through again, and everything would be harder. But about the 4th round through, I mean, it was still a case that as soon as I started the engine, I would win the fight. It was just how much time. But every fight would take about 30, 40 minutes, because I would just click run, and then I would go do something else. And I'd come back and I'd see that I had defeated everyone. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Wow, another capacitor. Now that is actually quite beautiful. Another ring as well. If I just tuck that down here, that would be fine. Another... Do the gears just rotate then? Or do I need something that rotates them? Because this seems crazy good. I'm going to put this gear down there just to see how that works. I'm going to tuck this key away. I'm going to move this ring down. And I'm going to take this. We'll have 2 capacitors. I see no reason not to. Alright. But I'm very curious to see how this functions. Super curious to see how it functions. And I'll grab the hard hat and we'll eat that. If that just triggers by... like, it rotates when energy goes through it. Oh, really? Another one? And Jade Axe as well? Oh, goodness. I don't mind the -1 damage for +1 poison here. I really don't mind it. And another capacitor as well. My lord. Okay, let's open the pouch. We got a bunch of rays. Magician's Blade, we don't need it for anything, so we can sell. I don't need this for anything, we can sell. What we got up here that I can get rid of? We're keeping that one just in case, apparently. I'm not really going to be using that ring, so we can get rid of that as well. Okay, so, couple of options here. I could. It's bold and a little bit dumb to do, but I could tuck this away and just throw caution to the wind and be like, nah, I know exactly what I'm doing. What do you mean I can't move it there? Hang on a second, why is this suddenly not allowed to be moved? I literally had it there. Oh, no way. That is not okay. Oh, no. Why? I've got so much stuff in there, though. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I was so worried about that. I was genuinely sad. Don't make me sad, game. That's rude. Super rude. I could also just tuck the robo buckler away. That's another option. Can I move that down there then? Yes, I can. Can I move this down there? No, I can't. Can I move it down there now? Yes, I can. Okay, phew. I would deeply appreciate... I mean, I want to test this. That is going to... Wait a sec. Was I able to just tuck that away and sneakily keep money? Did I just find a way to cheat? Pop that back down there. And I wouldn't mind taking this. That is now an awful lot of potential damage. And these two are now going to inflict poison as well. Well, that's just a gigantic upgrade. Stupendously gigantic upgrade. Can I organize my backpack in such a way that I can test that circuit out, though? I should be able to, surely. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's go and see how this works in a fight. Hello. Well, this is a lot of people. Wow. Let's take out the mage. Geek the mage. Always. We'll see if this actually does anything in a moment. Oh. Max heat reach. No, it doesn't rotate. That's fine. My god, the amount of things we've already killed. Thanks to these. That was glorious. Alright. That one went down due to fire as well. Let's go for you, though. Let's take you out. You're already going to die from the poison, so... it wasn't really necessary to do anything more to you, but that's okay. And now it's just us. And this right here is the power of Crate. Crate is potentially ruinously strong. You have to build the circuit, and there's a bit of luck in getting the pieces of the circuits. I've had runs where I just don't get the parts I need. I'll get interesting parts, but I just... none that really synergize well. But this is a decent run right now. We are getting some very, very nice components. The lightning. On use steals 4 damage to all enemies. Each turn this item is used. Each turn if connected to mana, it gets +1 damage this combat. It doesn't use the mana. This is a crazy good item if you can fit it in. Because it would benefit from this as well. Why are you giving me these tough choices, game? However, we know that that doesn't work now, so I'm going to take this back out. I really feel a bit vulnerable if I've done something like that. Sure, we'll take this back to Haversack Hill as well. Pop that in there just because I can. And I'll grab this. On the next level up, if we get to the next level up, that's a long way away. but we might be able to fit that in. Honestly, as cool as the machete is with the slow, if I could instead have the lightning bolt, which I could do here, I'd have to lose... probably keep the ring, because the ring is more important. But I would need a mana hooked up to it as well. The machete is fine, but that lightning bolt is so much more powerful. So much better. And I could already do it, actually. That's the crazy thing, is I could already do it. I would want it near to the poison. Alright, give me a second to puzzle this out. But I'm afraid that while past me is trying to figure out how to fit the new acquisition into the pack, we're going to have to wrap this episode up here. This ended up being a very long recording, and try as I might, there was just no realistic way that I could fit all of this into a single video without St. Algorithmus trying to poison me. So that is going to be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to the conclusion of this run, which will be up in the next episode. But until then, and as always, from myself and from Crate, to take care.